Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Cresso. Just enjoying my Sunday morning here, and just wanted to been up all night, and I had a great conversation with my friend of mine. We always talk about some deep stuff, just a lot of things. Most of the things spiritual and politics and stuff like that. And we just talk about. We just talk about a lot of people, where the direction of this world's going and stuff like that. And, I have my own style of thing, like everybody else. I don't want to try to compare myself to people. We all come across very unique in our own way, but we all came from the same source. And, I do my best to, keep it real with everybody, okay? Because I feel that I'm able to connect with everyone. That's just how I feel in my heart. To be authentic, it's very important to me. A lot of stuff that I share, maybe some of you don't really get it, or you don't agree. That's fine. I don't go about getting approval. We all share our thoughts and feelings and everything. I have emotions, just like everybody, I want to talk about the theme of this clip, okay, is revelation and revolution, okay? And there's some stuff that I ran across, yesterday, and I've heard of this, actually, matter of fact, about I'm going to start off with this. Barack Obama signed a new executive order to use drones to assassinate people in America. Okay? Then there's Obama, he's definitely have the FBI to use, I think, 100 different, if I got this correctly, 100 different airplanes to secretly surveillance Americans. Okay. Now I want to start off because I really want to express feelings that came across the stuff that I learned about what Barack Obama is, what he made a decision. When I saw that he signed I read about when he signed a new executive order, I was talking to my friend. I'm like, wow, it's amazing how a lot of us we allow the government to get so out of control. It's simply amazing, and I understand a lot of the stuff is spiritual. A lot of these things are spiritual. And, I'm going to share some feelings I had, yesterday. I felt that everybody in America, I felt having a second revolutionary war is necessary. That's how I felt. I felt that something needs to be done with DC. Something needs to be done, along with the Pentagon, a lot of stuff. And I was telling my friend, like, I'm not afraid about drones and surveillance cameras, planes hovering above. I honestly don't care. I've been noticing choppers flying above. Very questionable how they fly above and things. I've been noticing some things, but I'm like, I honestly, it doesn't really put fear in me. Let's just put it that way. Me and my friend, we joke about, if anybody watched this movie with Will Smith, Enemy of the State, it's kind of like that. It's weird how we watch movies in Hollywood and there's a great deal of movies seem to manifest in the reality we're in. But, it's just interesting how things work. you know, life, how we shift into different realities. Everything's in play for a reason. But as far as how to deal with the government abroad in America, I felt like a lot of people need to, I was telling her, it's like, I was just telling her, it's like, something has to be done. That's the emotion that was coming across me, you know. Yeah. And I was telling her, you know, yesterday, I was saying to her that, you know, a lot of us, we could remove the government, like right now. We could basically remove Barack Obama out of office. It doesn't matter what steps, some BS steps we have to take, or some sort of voting process. No, we can remove anybody in office. We can do that. Some of you may not believe that because we underestimate ourselves, but a lot of us, we could go about changing and stopping this whole drama, this whole New World Order stuff. We could just stop it right now. It doesn't matter about how many soldiers or UN troops that seem to be in play in terms of hiding around the U.S., but it doesn't matter. I just felt that I was telling her, it's like, yeah, a lot of people could go about this and stop this right now. And I really felt, again, revolutionary war, I feel like it's necessary. I really did. Because the government, you know, I'm going to say this. I've taken responsibility, you know, that I placed the government in this reality, just like we all did. I know it's something weird, you know, to hear this from me, because we're so used to something that's outside of us that has some sort of habits, you know, we're not in control. We all in this together. And we allow the government to get so big because we honestly, we don't know who we are. And we allow ourselves to get stepped on and all this stuff, this drama and all that. But yeah, all this stuff could be stopped. I mean, I understand the government, the U.S. government is afraid. They're afraid. Indeed, they are. And to go about investing in surveillance, to try to surveillance people, and now you have the U.S. president for the first time sign an executive order to assassinate Americans. I remember growing up that there was a thing, I think there was a law that if anybody threatens the president, they automatically get arrested. Something to that degree. But now you have the U.S. president sign an executive order to making threats against people. It's not about security, national security, that's BS. It's basically trying to put fear and terror, you know, terror, same thing. Try to create more terror, you know. And a lot of this stuff is spiritual. And by the way, if you don't believe what I just said about the executive order, the links is below. I don't want you all to see this. I don't want you all to be afraid. No. I'm just doing my best to pass the word out. And, you know, I figure the more you're aware, you can make a different decision. But I really felt in my heart that revolutionary war is necessary to go about removing the government completely. It takes everybody. But then, here's the thing. There's always been situations, government, you know, everybody, let's just be real. Government rise and they fall. It doesn't matter. You know, the Roman Empire crash and burn. Okay, any place around the world, you have something that seems so like unstoppable. Any government structure, it just rises and it falls. But the funny thing is that we, a lot of us, we build another government right back up, another out of control government. So yeah, they rise, they fall, right? So a revolutionary war, if you know, I had to really think about, I had to really sit down and have a talk with my friend, and I had to really think about the patterns and stuff. And removing Barack Obama and anybody in government office, and removing the Pentagon altogether and the UN, it's like this the patterns of war. It just seems to we take down governments, we uproot government, then we build one up again. It's amazing. One thing I want to express here, that we have to go about this differently. We can go to have a second revolutionary war in America. We can. And yes, we can remove a government, because it's always been done. Okay? And I felt that way. I've got to tell you, I felt angry. I really felt something needs to be stopped. This got to stop. But then the most important part of the conversation that me and my friend was having yesterday is that the key to all change, the key of change is people. It's the people. It's like you go to war, there'll always be war. There'll always be to uproot a government. It doesn't matter. It could be. I mean, look at the. A lot of us love history, right? You go from even all the way down to the medieval days, right? The empire, Roman empires, and whatever, in Egypt, and all that. It's always been done. The American government is no different than any other known empire, supposedly empire. Or let's just say a lot of people always talk about the globalists and all that, the New World Order. They're no different than anything else. Let's just say we ship into reality that there is a New World Order. But then that will crumble down too. I'm like, really? And, but I want to touch on this because everything boils down to all of us, and that's why I want to talk about Revelation, because, we're very special. Spiritually, we're very special. We have a lot to offer. And to go about these things differently, I always talk about know who you are, and I always tell everybody that we're consciousness. Is to look at life and see life for what it is, and to say to ourselves that, what? I'm not afraid. I know who I am. Things could be worked out. It's going about things in a more of a simple approach. It's changing your feelings. It's changing everything, what you think about how you feel about yourself. And if you look at it, if you put together a lot of people feeling afraid and not sure of themselves, and again, fear plays a big role in a lot of these madness that goes in this world. Fear does play a big role, and because we don't really know who we are, we're not embracing for what life really is. I mean, yeah, you could say this is part of life, but when you start to reveal, when you tap in from inside, okay, because regardless whether you want to agree with me or not, I always will say this, the source of life is in all of us. We're a power to do a lot of great things. We just have to make a decision. We have to really stop ourselves and really look in for who we are. You got to test the feelings for whatever goes on every moment to moment. But you have to really. I feel like this is very important. Revelation is like, I might add a little bit into it, my own take on it. But revelation is like, yeah, it's like you're revealing yourself. You're showing yourself who you are, your spirit. Okay. People that worship God, you're God. That's just simple. Source of life placed itself in a human form. The human form is an experience. It's another layer of life. Okay? And there's nothing to do with religion. Okay? This is nothing to do. Okay? And I always say that. You know, and we go about toppling the U.S. government. I mean, we have freedom to do that. But you have to look at it this way. It's like if you hold on to a certain vibrational in terms of having this fear, or you need somebody to worship, then yeah, you're going to create another government. And then a government gets big. You understand? It gets big, and then it becomes out of control, and then people try to figure out and scratch their head and say to themselves, what we got to do? And then it gets to that point, to that red zone point of, okay, we got to remove the government now. A lot of us will do it at all costs, whatever. But the big change, I feel like the pivotal point is allowing the spirit, our spirit within, to really embrace for what life really is. Because, you know, as dark as things may seem, and all this stuff that goes around this world, life is much greater than that. I know you don't believe that probably, but I'm just telling you the truth. Life is much greater than this. Okay, and then you know, I have to tell myself a lot of this, because yeah, I could get sucked in just like everybody does. You know, I felt like I was just telling you in the beginning of this clip. I felt like Revolutionary War is it's necessary, because we got, for example, okay, again, we got a president that's out of control. He's in a power trip, but then at the same time, he's afraid. But we allow this. You understand? We allow somebody to go out of control. We do. We got to go about things differently. It's easy to go to war. It's easy to take somebody out. It's easy to assassinate somebody. It's easy to do all these things. Yeah. It's been done so many times. We got to do things differently. That's why revelation is very important. You have to show who you really are. You got to show who you really are. You're not just this human form. You got to really acknowledge to yourself. Give it a shot. Try it. You know, after you listen to my clip, listen, ask yourself. Just do the basic thing. Just say all the great things about yourself. This is basic stuff. I know this sounds too simple for your head, and you're going to come up with justification why you don't want to say many great things about yourself. But I'm just going to say it. Okay? Let yourself shine out. There's really nothing can stop you. There's nothing. You have to understand that our spirit, you see, your spirit is God. They're God or creation or a source of life. There's no separation. So if anybody look up in the sky and worshiping and asking something, please God, can you help me? You're asking yourself that question. You understand? You're asking yourself. You can sit there and look at the sky all you want. You could disagree, you could dumb down my clip or whatever. I don't care. I gotta just tell you straight up. But, you know, me and my friend was talking about this. Like, yeah, a lot of people, we play this game. We really do. This stuff is crazy. We play this game. I'm like, man, it's like, it's a pattern. That's what helps me about this dimension, is that a lot of stuff is done away. It is worked out on patterns. It's the same thing. We do this. We kind of like do the same thing over and over in different era. Okay, I mean, everything happens now, but a lot of us like to focus on linear time. Yes, okay, different era. We kind of like doing the same thing over and over. But you ever ask yourself this question and say to yourself, you know what? We don't have to do the same thing over and over. We could do things completely different. Yeah. I mean, your spirit is the answer. Okay? Consciousness, okay? We are all as one. Okay? Consciousness, this might sound tricky to your mind. Consciousness breaks itself up to all the individuals, right? All the population of the world, for example, okay? Consciousness breaks itself up. But then but then there's a oneness there still. Even though you may not feel like the world is in harmony and everybody's divided with so many different things, but consciousness is still as one. You're not looking at it in a way that, okay, this person don't like that person because of the skin color and religion, all that. Yeah, okay. These are an experience. But you got to look at the background of that, about who consciousness is. Okay? Consciousness is not a woman, it's not a guy, it's not a he or she. Consciousness is it. You understand? It's it. This is beyond the mind, understanding, the ego. Okay? This is beyond a structured belief system that we grew up. Okay? When you allow your spirit shine, you see, consciousness within you, life of creation, same thing. Okay? It shines. Okay? Things move. Things shift. You shift different experiences from your reality. Okay? You gotta really try this. Okay? I don't want to say try. Do it. And I'm doing it. Now you do it, and you say things are still crappy because you're still going through an experience. Don't give up. You gotta realize how important you are, everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter. So I had to really express this because, again, I really felt I had certain feelings and in me too, just like everybody. But I know, you see, even though sometimes even myself I question things. I question things, and I'm like, then I meditate, and I'm like, okay, I understand why I came into this world. I came in this world to assist humanity, even though I'm a being within consciousness. I didn't come to save the world. I come to assist people. We all have to go through our path. Okay? I'm not trying to hold everybody's hand. I'm saying something to really inspire everybody. That way you can empower yourselves. But you see, you're all consciousness. Okay? I do my best to keep things very simple. I think I feel like a lot of us, we're so conditioned to think that things got to be complicated. And then I don't know. I mean, look. I mean, you got to do things what works for you. A lot of us, we rely on gurus, and gurus, some people that describe themselves as gurus, they come about things so like a brainiac on so many different things. But if you look at it this way, if you look at what consciousness really is, consciousness doesn't really need to be, or you need to be some sort of brainiac to express things, to give you the how to and all that. No, it's just everything's simple. I like to keep things simple. You know, I could get heady as like these gurus can be. I could be very heady, but I don't want to. You know, but you got to do things what works for you, everybody. Okay? There's a way. There's always a way. We're just playing a game of this whole dramatic stuff that goes on in this world. We are. And again, I have to look at myself every time I feel a certain way. I look at certain clips on YouTube and stuff like that. And I'm like, whether this country would go to another revolutionary war and whether we remove a government, as long as we don't feel good about ourselves, we feel so low of ourselves, and we're looking for somebody to worship, yeah, we're going to create another government to take it's like replacing another head all over again. We got to do things differently, everybody. And I told you, going about things differently is to acknowledge the goodness in you. To acknowledge, to go, just be fearless. Acknowledge that you are fearless. Go beyond your understanding of your mind. Okay? Look at who you are. Look at all the creation of life. All the creation of life. Because, life always in transformation. All the time. It's like never ends. And think about it. All that, it's in you. So really take it in what I'm saying. Everything about life and beyond all of those things, it's within you. And once you understand that and take that in, acknowledge that, you understand? Your attitude will be different. You know what I mean? If everybody do this collectively, like a domino effect, it changes things. This is unconventional way of going about it. There's always been war. Always been war. And then you wondering why there's always war. And we feel like we have to accept that because you don't allow yourself to, you don't open yourself up. A lot of you will feel like, well, that's just way of life. No. That's just a small part of life. I'm telling you, life is much more grander than this. And all of that, it's in here. For those that are looking up in the sky and looking for something to save you or something or worship, you're talking to yourself. You understand? You are. Look, I was telling my friend, I said, you know what? A lot of people love to worship these characters in the Bible, Jesus and all that. I'm like, you know what? Everybody got to choose their path. I don't want to feel like I don't want to get in your way. Okay? I'm not. You got to come to a point of understanding that where you at, what path you want to go. Okay? So if you feel like you need a savior and you're like, you know, you're a fundamentalist Christian or Muslim, whatever, all right, that's your choice. All right, I just you know, I was just telling my friend, like, man, humans need a savior, but then consciousness allows this thing too, and it's a path. It's something that people, a lot of consciousness within us is looking for that to connect. Again, we're all in different levels, you know. I mean, yeah, I allow an idea of a Jesus in a reality. Yeah, I did. Or Allah, or any other, or the Buddha, or any other religion character. I did. And you did. And everyone else did. You have to, again, I'll go back, that we are all of us. The source of life is in all of us. The reason why I'm able to say that, because I don't identify myself as human. I know I always talk about I'm an ET spirit within a human body, yes. But besides that, I'm consciousness, just like anybody else. Okay? That's just what life is. You know? So I'm like, all these things are an experience. You know? Again, a country root out a government entirely, that's just part of the game. You know? But I just want to inspire everyone that's open-minded to go about things differently. We're freedom to choose the same thing over and over, but again, it's just like saying to myself, just look for within. Look from everything about life from within. Revelation. You're showing yourself, your spirit shines because source of life is in you. I know I keep repeating myself, but I just want to express that. I want to keep it very simple. It doesn't have to be heady. I don't have to have a PhD or whatever, okay? I'm just telling you straight up, okay? If you want to continue to feel like there's a separate entity come at you, okay. I know we always talk about there's something coming after us, but that thing that you feel is coming after you, that's source of life too. Source of life can never destroy itself. But this is a thing I realize a lot of humans don't understand that. A lot of you do. Okay? A lot of you do understand this. You know, it depends where you at. And, you know, we take out these politicians, we take them out. I mean, we whatever happens to them or whatever happens to you or me, life still continues. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I just want to encourage you. I just want to express about how I felt about Revolutionary War. and then also about revelation. It's just want you all to really take it in what I'm saying, just really do. Look at the patterns, how we go about this, okay, everybody? And yeah, you just gotta realize how valuable you are. I mean, it's not, I don't want to say valuable, but value. You are value. We are value. We are a key of change. Source of life placed itself in a human form. And we got all these illusions about enemies and everything. Those things are experience. That's all it is. It's just part of life experience. You just got to go at the core of this. What's the truth of life? What consciousness is? Again, listen, I just want to say this. I don't want to... I feel like I wasn't clear. And I really thought about this because I feel a certain way about certain religion, like Christians and Muslims and Jewish and Buddhists and all that stuff. I feel like these things do dumb people down. But then consciousness allow these things. And I'm like, I don't want to get in the way. I'm like, of these things. You have to rediscover who you are, everybody. You do. I feel like you do. So whatever path you choose, hey, you're freedom to do that. Yeah, I just want to say that, seeing who we are, the power, how we are able to change things. You set out good vibes. You know how you just do you change the simplest thing, and you notice, right? We attract the bad and the good, right? That's what we are. This is what we do, and I know in your mind it seems like it's heading down to a collision course into something really, really bad, but you underestimating yourselves again. And I believe that there's always a way. There's always a way. It doesn't matter. Again, it doesn't matter about drones flying. You got the government listening or whatever. Obama think he's God and he's going to try to do things to people. It doesn't matter. This stuff doesn't scare me. I did feel angry, and I felt like something needs to be done about him. But he's consciousness, just like me. I mean, again, we allow the madness in his life because we're going through an experience to rediscover who we really are. I mean, sorry. I don't know how much more to say it, because it's just, man. Look, I just want to take this opportunity to express this, and just don't get caught up with your mind, everybody. Fear, when we decide to be afraid, it's going to deceive you. All right? It does. All right? I know we're going through our own path. I understand that. We look at these things, we lean towards people that seem to be smarter and understanding. We like to go through our own ego and all that. Look, I got it. I understand. It's not going to stop me from expressing my feelings and everything, and really inspire people to empower themselves. I'll do what I can. I'm just filling my role in this world to assist humanity for consciousness to rediscover itself. And I'm glad I'm doing it, regardless what feelings I have that comes across my mind or my heart. It doesn't matter. I'm glad I'm doing it, So, I really, take it in, everybody, what I'm saying, and I'm going to take my ayahuasca experience soon, so I'm definitely going to do a clip. Probably one of my next clips going to be on my ayahuasca experience. So, ayahuasca, like I said in my other clips, ayahuasca, it's a great tool that's in place for us because we put it there. Alright, Source of Life put these things there for a reason. And I really feel in my heart that people will benefit from these things. I really feel that's the truth. That's the truth. And yeah, search your heart. Search your heart. What's going on? What do you want? Are you ever tired of doing the same thing over and over, but you just don't know what other direction to go? Just meditate. Just think about the craziest thing that your mind won't like. Like, believes, like, you know what? Everything's working out all right for me. Regardless of what's going on in your life, everything's working out right for me. Look, I'm not saying to ignore certain things. Don't be consumed by it. Like, you're like, oh my gosh, the world's coming down on you. No, you gotta balance things out. Acknowledge who you are. You're not just that human form that you see yourselves. You're not. I'm sharing these things, the truth to you. Your power to believe me or not. It doesn't take anything away from me. So, glad I did this. All night I was just thinking about, like, just going to my heart, and like, I felt in my heart, like, I really want to really inspire people the best I can. And I want to come across that, to connect with everybody as much as possible. I mean, I'm saying things that you might consider me very bold or gutsy. I'm not afraid. I'm going to express things. Yeah, I just wanted to say that. So, yeah, it's just Sunday, and I'm just going to enjoy the rest of the day. So, yeah, everybody, just take it in what I'm saying. Just look at the patterns, all right? And just do yourself a favor. Just do things differently. It's so important. Keep it simple. Your mind can't compute to that, because we can recondition our mind to think things to be complicated for many years. All right, just keep it simple. All right, just don't underestimate yourself. You could do so much. I'm seriously. If you could just put away your upbringing, the ideas that your upbringing that you're a loser and all that, or you're not educated enough, or if you only had this skin color, you would be this and that. Just put away this bullshit, really. Just put away, or classism, or whatever, money, how much money. Put away that. Just realize, acknowledge that you are a source of life. Understand that. But if we go about certain things, you're still source of life. You understand? If you go about removing the U.S. government completely off the map, you're still consciousness. But I'm just telling you the pattern. When you feel low of yourself, and that's how government's been created. Just think about why I'm linking these things together. There's a reason why. I really meditated really deeply about this. People invent these things or put these things in reality because you don't feel good about yourself. You don't believe in yourself. The self, consciousness. Put consciousness allow these things because you want to rediscover yourself again. You say, oh, okay, I know who I am. I don't need these things. I'm going to live my life blissful. That's it. That's it. But you put in certain things in play because, again, you feel like you need something. You need something to worship. You need something to follow that you want to look up to. Because you don't see no value in yourself. I'm telling you straight up. You have very little value in yourself. That's why we all created government. Seriously. We just don't see ourselves highly enough. So, and don't give me that nonsense that they're public service. No, it's hypocrisy. It's like they're not public servant. They're acting like they're your king. We are all kings and queens. Let's just put it that way. You know, we're all that. But we lower ourselves. We do. We lower ourselves. And it doesn't have to continue that way. We could go about things differently. That's what we're able to do. We have power to do that. We have power to remove government, and we have power to do something completely different. All of us. I'm fired up to say that. I'm not going to express things passionately here and just telling you some BS stuff. No. Because I'm saying that about you because that's how I feel about myself. I am the key of change. I know who I am. I am fearless. I am love. I am power. I am intelligent. I am God. I am consciousness. That's who I am. I am what I am. I am life. Just like you all are. Embrace it. You can't hide from it, everybody. You can put walls all you want. You can't hide from it. You have to get to a point when you're at that moment, when you're ready, your spirit will rise up. It's all about revelation. Your spirit shining out. You shine from within, and then you shine outward. And things change. All the time, it changes. So, I'm going to stop there, and I'm glad I did this, and I felt like I just wanted to do this clip, and you know, I always, again and again, I always express things in my heart. I do my best on my own, you know, I have my own style of things to inspire everybody. I just, you know, I'm unapologetic about, I don't believe in just the dramatic stuff that we see on the news or on the internet and we just call it. We just throw in a towel. Oh, that's it. Uh-oh. No, I don't. I'm able to see past these things because I made a decision. I'm not afraid to acknowledge that I am power. I am freedom. I am fearless. I am God. I am all these things. I could choose and be whatever I want to be. Same goes for everybody. Alright, everybody. Until then, I will be back. Take care.